Hey, thanks for joining for the Rolling River Rampage craft area, just general overlook. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. By watching this, hopefully it'll save us some time when we actually all get together and you can spend more time figuring out the exact craft that you'll be doing and all of that, the actual fun stuff, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Our craft coordinator for VBS is Shelly Farrell, and if you have any questions with your schedule or if you have any craft specific questions such as supplies or where supplies got put or where should they be put, that type of thing, Shelly would be your go-to gal to ask. If you have while you're in VBS, if you have a behavioral issue with a child, that a simple redirection of, hey, come do this craft, or the river guides are taking care of things but they're having some difficulty, I would be the one that you need to call and to get a hold of. Or if it's VBS, Shelly's unavailable and you are having a craft emergency, I would also be the one that would be able to help you. Let's talk generally about what you're going to be doing in the craft area, and then we'll talk through the schedule just so you can see it. There will be a printed copy of the schedule so you can see all of that, and also the steps that we're going to talk through what you need to do. The first thing is setup. So when you arrive, the children and river guides, the river guides are those that work with the children and take them from station to station. They're going to be doing their opening rally with a time of worship and a video and some things like that. While they're doing that, you're going to have some time that you can set up. That means getting your supplies all ready. Your supplies should be set out and ready to go for the night. You just need to make sure that you have them all set and you know exactly what you're doing. You will know beforehand, but just kind of wrapping your mind around what's going to be happening and thinking through all of that the day of. You're going to have each group of children for about 20 minutes apiece. What you're going to do is you're going to show the kids how to do the craft. During that setup time, if you have enough supplies that you can make a completed project and you have enough time to do that, that would be a great time to do that if it hasn't already been done. That way the kids can kind of see what the end game is. So you're going to show the kids how to do the project, kind of give them some step-by-step instructions. The river guides are going to be there and they'll be able to participate and to help assist children as they need assistance. The river guides are there also to kind of take care of those behavioral issues, or if a child needs to go to the restroom and they need help or they need a drink of water, that type of thing. The river guides will handle most of that, and you are just specifically encouraging them to do the craft and how to do the craft. Obviously, if you see something that is not appropriate or you need to be redirected, you do have the ability to ask a child, hey, come sit down and let's do this, or hey, let's put that away and come back and join the group, and help give those directions. Once kids finish with their crafts, you'll tell them where to put their crafts when they're finished. Do they take the craft with them? Should they leave it there to dry, depending on the craft, that type of thing. Those would be questions that you would need to have an answer for depending on the craft. You'll see in a moment with the schedule that there's a transition of 5 minutes between each group. That'll give you some time to kind of reset, and as children are working on their crafts, you can reset the supplies as needed. You'll also hopefully have an assistant youth that's just there to do the craft with you. So as you're doing the craft, in the first group, the craft adult, if you will, should show how to do the craft and the youth would be the helper. In the next one, the youth would take more of the lead and let the adult be the assistant, and then hopefully by the end the youth is able to lead it completely on their own. However you choose to work those things out. The youth are going on a missions trip later, so this kind of helps them build some skills and confidence in working with children and giving directions and things like that. At the very end of the night, when all of the groups have completed, they will be doing a closing rally in the sanctuary. While that closing rally is going on, you're more than welcome to come in and join, but you also will be responsible for cleaning up your craft area. So that would be putting the supplies back where they came from and putting those things away. Shelly will give you more directions as to where those things go, etc., and all of that as we get closer. Cleanup would also include wiping down any tables or vacuuming if it's needed because of the craft, and picking up pieces off of the floor. I would encourage the children and the river guides to be cleaning up their areas as well as they go through the night. That way when you get to the end, hopefully the only major cleanup you have to do is just putting the supplies away and that type of thing. Here's an overview of the schedule for craft time. Crafts will be in the midway, which is the room in between the gym and the lobby. You can see that from 6 to 6:30 the kids are going to be in for the opening rally. From 6:35 to 6:55, that's going to be the first group that comes in for their craft time. You, as the craft person, need to arrive, I would say, no later than 5:45. Then you have time, go to the restroom, get yourself situated. If work prohibits and you can't get there until 6, that's totally fine, and we can make that work. But you don't want to wait until 6:15 to be getting there and trying to get all your supplies, because that would just be a little too crazy on you, I think. So your first group is that kindergarten, first and second grade group, and they'll meet from 6:35 to 6:55. Feel free as you're doing the craft to engage with them about, what does this remind you of? How does this relate to what you think you might learn or what you did learn? The K through 2 group will not have gone to Bible time yet because they're the first group, but the other groups will be rotating through, and especially the 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th grade groups will have already had Bible time. So you can ask them, what did you learn? What do you think? How does this remind you of that? And hopefully they can kind of make some connections, and that just helps them to think through and process what the Lord is speaking to them through the night. From 6:55 to 7 is a transition time. From 7 to 7:20 would be the preschool group. From 7:20 to 7:25 there's another transition time. 7:25 to 7:45 would be the 3rd and 4th grade group. And then the last group is the 5th and 6th grade group from 7:50 to 8:10. You can see that once the 5th and 6th grade group leaves at 8:10, they'll be going into the sanctuary, but they will also, that gives you time to clean up. So from 8:10, depending on how long it takes you to clean up, once all the supplies are appropriately put away, and the area is clean and ready for the next day's use, there's no trash on the floor, the vacuum has been put away if it was used, that type of thing, you are free to go once that is all taken care of. Here are just some next steps for you as we move forward in this whole VBS process. We are going to be having a meeting after church on June 23rd. There will be lunch provided. What will happen at this meeting, and please write it down because this is going to be really, really important. This is the day before VBS starts. So right after church, we will have lunch provided in the midway. We'll come in, we'll eat. I will give a few general reminders, answer questions, clarify a few things, point out a couple of important reminders, and then from there, each specific group will kind of pair off. So all of the craft people will meet with Shelly, and she'll show you all of the specifics, answer any questions, and show you some things and kind of walk through what you need to know for the craft specifically, if that makes sense. All the supplies will already be ready, the crafts will already be planned out. They're going to be simple crafts because we are working with kids and you only have 20 minutes to do it. So we're not looking for Pinterest professional type of thing here. We're just looking for something fun, enjoyable, and something that will help them remember the things that they learn throughout the week. But this will give you an opportunity to physically look and walk through where the crafts go, where is the vacuum, where are all of those kinds of things if you don't already know. You'll receive an email with your VBS schedule of what day of the week you'll be serving to do craft, and then from there you can accept or decline. Just go ahead and hit accept because that will have been something that you would have talked about and know that that's coming. But just know that you'll be receiving an email that shows your schedule. So I mentioned this first thing in our video. If you have any craft specific questions or you realize that you need to switch your service day from Tuesday to Monday, that type of thing, you're going to call Shelly Farrell, and you can see her phone number is right there. If you have just a general VBS question or you're having trouble getting in contact with Shelly, my phone number is right there, so you can always let me know if you have a question as well. If something was unclear in this video, please let me know so that I can clarify and make sure to get that information out. I am so thankful for the time that you are going to be spending with the children and just engaging and helping them to have a good and memorable time with the church body, but also with the Lord and helping them build positive connections with Jesus's church and with Jesus. So thank you for taking the time to do that. Make sure to mark your calendars for June 23rd, and we will talk more then.